Different day, different hat. I went shopping yesterday and did the family shop, so I'm feeling a bit Indiana Jones, having to brave through all that stuff and malarkey. Actually, it was a nice day out because getting out of the house is a luxury for a lot of people. So to get out of the house was really nice. And amongst all that, I actually met some people, and it was all socially distancing, and there was a few people wearing masks. And although bizarrely, one person who was wearing a mask was stood right behind me, which I thought was a bit, you know, um, sort of defeating the object a little bit. But it was nice to get out, and something that's been that I've been aware of for quite a long time now is that when we go into supermarkets, the shelves are full of so many different manufacturers and so many different varieties of basically what is essentially the same product. So if you look at breakfast cereals, for instance, we've got the same manufacturers, some of them the older manufacturers, some of them new ones, some of them home brands. So we might have 15, 20 different manufacturers of breakfast cereals. And to add to the confusion, we've then got 15, 20 different varieties of the same breakfast cereal. And one might have nuts in, one might have honey in, one might have fruit in. And it sort of highlights the madness of the consumer society. But obviously we're in a situation now where we haven't got that choice. So we're having to live more with the essentials, which is good. We can still get the products, don't get me wrong, but perhaps we don't have the massive varieties in everything that we used to have. And we know that the consumer society is based on supply and demand. So it is the problem that the manufacturers are supplying us with lots of different products to tempt us and to make us buy them, which we know is the job of the top executives and the marketing department and the people who are trying to invent these things so is it that these big companies are giving us that choice, or is it that we're demanding it? So as a society, we've become dependent on the fact that if we think that there should be a different variety, then we'll demand it. So adding to the already over full shelves with all of the different varieties. So is it the supply that's the problem, or is it the demand that's the problem? Well, certainly at the moment we're finding out that we're actually able to live on a far more limited range of products. And some of the manufacturers, unfortunately, will be struggling to survive. And there's no easy answer to the problems of industry. My business is on sort of on the floor. Probably won't be able to revive it again once the lockdown ends. So when lockdown ends, are we then going to be buying more sensibly and thinking about things a bit more? So we're not going to be demanding all the exotics and the same brands of the same product of the same flavors but the 28 different versions of it. Or are we going to be a bit more selective and say, no, we're going to be sensible, and we're not going to go back to the situation where all this was available and it was just creating a cycle of wanting and needing and desiring and forcing us into bad habits. We'll have to wait and see.